In Cape Town, President Bola Tinubu met with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa at Tuinhuis on December 3, 2024, during the 11th session of the Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission. The meeting included a South Africa-Nigeria business roundtable, focusing on strengthening economic collaboration and exploring new opportunities.
We affirm, once again, our close bonds of friendship as well as solidarity, a friendship that has existed between our two countries for a very long time.
Nigerians from all walks of life are mobilized in unison. I'm very happy to share with you the joy of freedom and democracy.
We look forward to seeing more Nigerian companies investing in South Africa. In fact, we want to see Nigerian products on the shelves of South African shops. Our efforts to create a favorable environment include our simplified visa process for Nigerian business people to travel to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa. In addition, tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without even submitting a passport.
President Tinubu proposed the formation of an anti-illegal mining group to combat the exploitation of African nations' resources. Speaking at the event, he stressed that illegal mining, often driven by powerful external forces, deprives nations of income, fosters poverty, and undermines legitimate governance. Tinubu emphasized the need for Nigeria and South Africa to lead efforts against what he described as inland piracy, advocating for a united African stance on the global stage to safeguard the continent's natural wealth.
Mr. President, one thing I would like this edition of the PNC to explore is the possible need to establish an anti-illegal mining group in the African region. Our natural resources are supposed to be mined for betterment of our people. However, this seems to be frightening to a concerted effort flowing in the opposite direction. Throughout Africa, illegal mining is not only robbing our nations of precious income, which could foster development. Sponsored by powerful outside forces, such mining is fomenting strife, servitude, poverty, environmental degradation, and undermining the reach of legitimacy in governance. We cannot allow this inland piracy to become a scourge to our good and healthy design for our people. We can identify the gaps and challenges, including persistent irritation in relations, and deal with them appropriately. To me, this is the real essence of PNC. Together, we can act as engines of economic integration, development in our perspective, sub-regions, as well as on the continent.
Reaffirming Nigeria's ambitions, President Tinubu also renewed his call for Nigeria's inclusion in the G20, highlighting its potential to further Africa's economic and political interests under South Africa's current G20 leadership.
These young people represent the future. They are the demography that must be tended, invested in, and have their skill and potential harvested for development and the goals of the continent.
As we mark 30 years since the establishment of diplomatic relations between Nigeria and South Africa, we see a bright future for our relationship. Our strong bonds of friendship, provide a firm foundation for our two countries for more meaningful economic cooperation.
Have accorded due to recognition to our shared history of collaboration and cooperation. We must ensure that the spirit of the collaboration and cooperation between our two leading countries in Africa will intensify and deepen under our leadership of our respective nations. The BNC has really come of age. But I must, however, sound a note of caution here. Let us not count on successes by number of MOUs and agreements signed. They will be mere papers until we implement them in spirit and in letter.